No grocery shopping until this beef is gone. Oh my gosh, I can't even lift this. Listen, ground beef, I'm in a committed relationship with steak. We just can't have this relationship anymore. Are you ready to organize?
I'm ready to rumble.
I think I need something first, hang on.
Wow, my arms are too long.
Now we're ready. Allow me to introduce you to this 35-year-old stand-up freezer from Montgomery Ward.
This is a golden oldie, a blast from the past.
So my neighbors are moving and they're getting rid of everything in their house, including this freezer. So she texted me, she's like, hey Christine, you want this freezer? It's free, it's 35 years old, it doesn't have a handle anymore, but it works. And I said, absolutely, I can finally defrost the chest freezer in the basement and have some freezer organization. Let's finally figure this out and defrost the monstrosity in my basement where I hide all the bodies. As you can see, it's not a very big freezer, but I think it's gonna work. And the biggest goal right now is to not buy any storage containers. So I went digging and I found a couple I wanna test and make sure they're gonna work, because the problem with freezers like this, and if you have one like this or a chest freezer, you know exactly what I'm saying. You just throw things and then they get lost and then they get freezer burned and you don't know what anything is. These containers that I get at Walmart, there's also a more narrow one, but I think in a freezer situation, the big one's the one that you want. I think they're about $6 each. I've had them forever. I use them everywhere. Oh my gosh, they're gonna work like drawers. It's perfect. I had tested this little guy. I think this is too small. And then over here on the door, I can obviously put some things in the door. This one's missing, this piece. Montgomery Ward's not even a store anymore. So I think on some level, we're just gonna make do with what we have here. And I think these are kind of perfect. So I can get 2 here, 2 there, and this is so cool. She also gave me this antique milk crate. Like, look how old this thing is, and it's freezing my hands. I'm not sure what's going on with this. There's like a cage. Oh, okay, like up down situation. Maybe this short guy can fit. Oh yes, just like that. Okay, I like it. I gotta see if I have any more of these, or if I buy anything, maybe I buy one of those. I could have two maybe across the bottom. Okay. I think I really like my options here, so I think it's time to go down to the chest freezer and start loading up these bins so we can unplug the beast in the basement. Oh hey, have you ever been to where I keep the bodies?
What hideous sin have you committed lately?
Don't worry, I just mean the chicken bodies. This is like a 6-foot chest freezer and you could hide crap down here. I have not defrosted this puppy in over 2 years and it is time. So I have my bins that do fit in the freezer upstairs in the garage, and we're gonna do the most basic organization you've ever seen. Like items with like items. And also I'm a little embarrassed by the best value date on some of these products. This ground beef has been in my freezer for 3 years. It's fine. Here's the best thing about meat processors for farm animals. Like if you buy a beef cow and you process it somewhere and then go pick it up, so you eliminate the grocery store, is they wrap their products so well that they don't get freezer burned almost at all. Like you got butcher paper like this. You could leave this in here for 5 years. It would look perfect the day you open it. You know, looking at all these proteins kind of reminds me of my pups because they're over here at the door staring at all the delicious meats. Don't forget, it's important to feed your animals. They like the good proteins as much as we do. Thank you to Sundays for Dogs for sponsoring today's video. What I love about the Sundays food for dogs is that it kind of looks like beef jerky. Can you see how awesome this looks? It smells, this sounds so dumb, it smells like dog treats. Dog treats and dog kibble don't smell the same. But look, it looks like actual jerky. Now this is the chicken one, so it wouldn't be beef jerky, it'd be like chicken jerky. We have 2 dogs. We got Speedy a very, very long time ago. He is almost 13 years old and he now has no teeth. He was a rescue and he's always been really like picky and weird with food. We had to shop very specifically and he's always preferred more of a natural food. And then Rogue is our, not puppy anymore, she's 3. Even her, she doesn't really love traditional kibble. And Speedy and Rogue love this food so much. And for a dog like Speedy who has no teeth, it's soft enough to like, for him to gum pretty nicely. And then Rogue, oh my gosh, cannot get enough. The dog food you can use for treat training. So during feeding time, you can use it as like training, but it's their mealtime at the same time. What's great about Sundays is that it's healthy, it's human grade, so like I could eat this, so could you. Vet founded and super easy. There's no mess, no refrigeration needed. You can treat it kind of like kibble with it being a whole lot better than that. If you wanna give your pets some really delicious, high quality food, check out the first link down below. Thanks to Sundays, now back to the rest of the video.
All right, let's haul all these upstairs.
3 buckets down. This is worse than I thought. I have like not even made a dent in here. I mean, maybe a little dent. I feel like this is going to be a more challenging situation than I had really originally planned on. Time for this guy. What I like about this one is that it has a really sturdy bottom.
Bottom.
Hilarious.
What I do like about this is it's forcing me to look at what I have. Like 2021 chuck roast. A tri-tip. My friends, tri-tip is legit one of my favorite, absolute favorite cuts of beef. You put a dry rub and then you smoke it. Oh my God. Let's count how many chuck roasts we find. This is number 2. Number 3. Wow, that one's enormous. Guess what my next crock pot video is gonna be? 101 ways to cook a chuck roast. Oh my gosh, I can't even lift this. I think this weighs 50 pounds. I vow, here and now, no grocery shopping until this beef is gone. What the heck is a rib steak? What is a rib steak? Oh, it's a ribeye. It's a boneless ribeye is what it is. Oh, fantastic. That's a great cut of meat. We can have steak on Sunday. You ever start a project and then it ends up being harder than you thought and then you want to quit? That's about where I'm at right now. Coming up next week, will she quit? Bad news. I found 4 round roasts. No, 3 round roasts, a rump roast, and a cross rib roast. Oh my gosh. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to tune into my next video. 11 ways billion ways to cook ground beef. So I had my 17-year-old son help me bring up this ground beef because it's really, really heavy. And he was like, Mom, stop buying beef. I hadn't looked at it to this extent and I was like,
You may have a point.
I have a point.
these are 3-pound chubs. Let's count them, shall we? What's 12 times 3? Is that 36 pounds? 36 pounds of ground beef, not including the ground beef in this bin. The good news is I have room for more of the tubes. So I do have a bunch more of the tubes. I'm gonna see if I can fill this bottom section, all ground beef on the bottom, and then I can close it like that. That feels like good organization, and I don't have to utilize one of these. By George, we might just get it. Sometimes I just want someone to listen to Whitesnake with me, but no one will. So I got a bunch of these tubes, and these are older actually than the larger ones. These are about 1.5 pounds. I might get a tattoo somewhere obvious, like my hand. Don't buy ground beef.
Got 2 face.
Hey, people for the cups.
Don't take free venison. Don't go hunting. Maybe I could fit a few more across the front. This is ground beef. I have one more bin of ground beef, and I actually think that's all the ground beef. This one is all fish, so I think I'm gonna move the fish up one. I would have liked to have all the ground beef like all together. This one is roasts, and I was able to tuck some roasts also on here. Remember, this one doesn't have a wire rack, so I can't really use this shelf. Fish, chicken, I'm actually thinking I'm gonna move all chicken to that freezer. I was able to clear off 2 shelves by moving some of the roasts over here and pulling out some frozen bread that we'll just use this weekend. I also found some fish that I added to the fish bin. So I think chicken's gonna move on over to that one. Oh no. Let's do these little guys. Yes, there we go. And I have this shelf totally empty, but that shelf does fit in there pretty nicely because This broke a long time ago. Bad news. This pushes into this. That will not work. Cannot use this bin in this fridge. I am not just beefing around. I take my meat very seriously. Look at this piece of brilliance. This guy, which like doesn't fit anywhere. Okay, if I can go find one more of those, I can take this chicken out of this one. And I can do, oh no, stay in. Oh no, now I know why they were careful. This one's falling out. Oh crap. Okay, maybe I shouldn't chance that one. I should leave it with just the one. I still have beef. What now? Look what I found at the bottom of the chest freezer. 2021, friends. I'm embarrassed for myself. Look, it was $5.29 back in 2021. I'm gonna thaw these out and cook them up today.
Today, Junior?
I have been carrying buckets of 50 pounds of frozen meat up and down stairs over and over and over again. I'm sweating. Even though I'm working with frozen food, I'm sweating. I think we got it. The basement chest freezer is empty, unplugged, defrosting as we speak. And guess what, my friends? It's gonna stay unplugged until this puppy is a lot less full than it is right now, because oh my gosh, did we load this sucker up with proteins. Chicken, fish, beef, oh yeah, more beef, oh yeah, more beef. And we even had to shuffle and utilize this side, oh you can't see that. For more chicken, I moved some bread over here and some roasts. I had a ham and a pork roast that I moved over to this side. Here's what I've determined. The container method is it, and you have to make sure your containers fit the space, because this guy didn't fit over here, but fit perfectly over here. And I really like items with like items. All the chicken together, all the fish together, all the beef together. And then within the beef, we can subcategorize ground beef, steaks, roasts. I hope if nothing else, you chose an organization project and worked alongside me today, and I think I need a shower. I think I'm a little sweaty. Vote in the comments, 101 ways to use ground beef or 101 ways to cook a chuck roast. Mama's gotta get cooking.